The government shutdown, not the words that you want to wake up with in the nation's capital or all across the DMV.
Here's a live look at the Capitol, though, where at 12:01, 6 hours ago this morning, the government officially shut down after last-minute funding proposals from both parties failed in the Senate. It is the first shutdown in 7 years. At WUSA 9, we always focus on the impact, and we know this will have an impact for hundreds of thousands of families across the DMV.
This morning, we have the kind of coverage that you've come to expect. Our team working to get answering your questions about how we got here and what happens next. So let's start with this morning with Jess Arnold. She is live on Capitol Hill. Jess, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, well, the last shutdown happened back in 2018 during President Trump's first term. This one comes after the Senate again failed to pass the House spending bill. Yesterday, Democrats saying they're holding out and will not vote yes until they agree, they being Republicans, to extend health care tax credits and restore Medicaid funding.
We need to stop these premiums from going up dramatically. We need to do it now. Not in October when people get the notices, not in November when they have to decide whether to drop health care or reduce the health care they get.
We didn't put partisan provisions in the CR. We could have. I could have loaded that up with all of our partisan policy preferences, but I didn't because we're operating in good faith.
Republicans pushed for a short-term spending bill that would extend federal funding at its current level until mid-November, which the House approved. But they're on recess right now, so House representatives are not even in D.C. to work on a new spending package. Both sides acknowledge that Americans will suffer because of this, not just the federal workers who will be furloughed, but they're blaming each other. Without a deal, funding is now lapsed at nearly every agency and department. President Trump shared his thoughts yesterday, as did Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen after the vote.
A lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things.
I mean, think about what he's been doing since he was sworn in. He has actually been shutting down parts of the government every day. He brought in Elon Musk. They took a chainsaw to important government services.
Now, lawmakers say this shutdown could last anywhere from a couple of days to months. The last one that we've been talking about lasted 35 days and was the longest one on record. But to talk you through upcoming closures, what might remain open for a period of time, I want to set it over to my colleague, Jackie Quinn. Jackie.
Yeah, you know, we're outside of the Smithsonian Institute. A lot of people call that the Smithsonian Castle. It's along the other museums here, the Hirshhorn, the Air and Space Museum. These museums are going to stay open, that is, until October 6th. That's based on last year's funding, but you may see some closures. We know that many federal buildings are supposed to stay open, though they'll already be shut down. That are supposed to be open will already be shut down. Now, some may unlock briefly so that workers can gather their things, but no work is supposed to be done. So for many employees, that means furloughs and no pay. That's going to be really tough for some, but also child care programs could close. SNAP and WIC benefits face delays, and passport processing may slow down. National parks may stay open, but with no restrooms or trash pickup. Essential services like Social Security, Medicare, the post office, and air travel will continue, but TSA officers and air traffic controllers will be working without pay. Now, again, out here, we have seen a number of National Guard members throughout the past weeks and potentially today. They'll also still be working, but also without pay. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.